So to get started, we're going to log into the system and we're going to navigate over to the personal profile. And we're going to go to the incident section. So you may have widgets or quick link buttons on your homepage. That would make it a little bit easier. And you can see here we have the COVID-19 outbreak set. So pick your location. What you can do then is you can select your employee. So we'll just use myself in this case, and depending on the settings you have active, the supervisor at the time. We understand there's a lot of fluctuations in staff at the moment. You can then add in incident details, description, upload relevant documentation files as well. And then submit for review. So this really depends on what you want to do. It's like any other incident. You can turn off and on the sections. I've just given a very basic sample there for you to get an idea. Now, if you do it from the home side, you could also do a bit more of an investigation process, and that may suit because everybody's hyper alert to this, so it's probably someone knowledgeable who's going to be starting it from there. You can just see here there's extra sections added. Again, you can customize and tailor that to whatever suits your needs for your company. So with the incident description, again, adding the details, potentially you could add costs in here for actual versus potential. And then in the mandatory section, you can choose to have specific documents uploaded and then just drop them in. So they're there for reference back. You can add in witnesses. Something that may be useful here is that anybody who may have come in contact, you can add as a witness, and that at least gives you some association with multiple people on the incident itself. So we'll just add Patrick in here, and likewise you could add as many as you want and upload documents against them. So it could be witness statements, could be any relevant documentation. So once we go into the root cause analysis, you may want to change these through administration side, but get an understanding of how potentially an infection could have started and carried. Then your supporting documentation again. If there's any medication or treatment that's required, you can add in here. So from here then we can go and we can flag the incident as an injury. And this means that we can start the process of managing the person back to work. So you can see here we have certain information from the incident that's carried over. For the dates, you can manage injury milestones back. So potentially the 2-week probation period or the quarantine period, maybe extra time depending on your company policy. If there's any extra contacts, you do have IC information here, but maybe there'll be more people contactable. The incident will appear in the calendar. This one's just a little behind, and you can add any other notes in there as well. And if there's any appointments or information to be added, and documents as well. And you can create subfolders and put the information up here. So again, just managing your documentation, nice, neat, simple against the employee profile, and just setting out a process. Now if we go to the training manager, I have a sample online training course set up. I had to refresh the page there. So this is just a video from the World Health Organization explaining a bit about the virus. It's available on YouTube. You can use their links, and it can create a little bit of awareness and knock down some of the fear mongering which can be happening on social media. And just give the facts effectively. But you can, likewise, you could put up, company statements or any other type of video content or presentations in helping communicate to staff what needs to be done. Now if we look at the toolbox talks, this is where you're having a bit more interaction with the employees. So you select your location. Likewise, this can be done from the application. I've put in a sample into the library, and this is quite handy because if you're working across different countries or time zones or areas, you can get a consistent message out to everybody on site. So just pick your date, your time, and you'll see there that the talk content has pulled in, and you can upload documentation and expand on that just to make sure the message is consistent. Add the employees to to the toolbox talk and save it, and it appears on the record. So if we have a look at the task manager, a lot of companies would use the task quite a bit. If you've got a help desk or technical support or anything, you can create prompting sentences to help make sure you capture all the relevant information. And the big thing about this is it's all the actions have to be closed. You can set low, medium and high priorities. You can assign it directly to people. You can add interested parties, comments. So you're really getting down to the point of what happened, how we remedied the situation, or how we prevented, and you've got full traceability then on the actions and timescales, and you're able to pull reports on it too. So this could be a helpful way to get a nice oversight on what's going on from multiple locations on a single dashboard or in a single report. So we're going to take a quick look at the urgent alerts. So admin, communications, urgent alerts, and just click to add a new alert here. What we can do is select a category. So we could say safety in this case, or you can create categories up here and icons. And we'll call this COVID-19 awareness. You can set an expiry date if you want. It does ask for one, so just put it well into the future and you can come back and cancel it. If you wanted it to limit it to specific locations, you can do that too. So if you have different legislation in different countries, and add in your details. So we'll copy and paste this information in. I would go with whatever the local government are advising. You can use this here to just clear out your text. So insert there and hit the save button. And now if we go back to our home screen, you can see that we now have a little bit of information there, and you can put in links and things like that as well, just to try and give people as much information as possible and spread awareness. And the very last thing we're going to look at are audits. So if we go over here and go to new audit, and we'll select hospitality, COVID-19, deep clean, you can set your sections and questions, create the audit, and if you were part of the cleanup crew in there, you could then complete that. And yeah, so I've just recycled a general facilities audit just to give you an example, but just a way of tracking any actions that you do take and if there's any corrective actions required. In some cases, maybe a facility audit just to go around and set a list of actions that you may need to undertake to secure the environment. So the last section I'm going to look at here is again on the personal profile, and we're going to have a look at policies. So I'm sure many companies are looking to update their policy at the moment. This is a way of providing it to all of the staff, and then they can sign off that they have read and understood the policy. So a very straightforward module there. So that's it from me. Thanks very much.